Check one, check one. About to get this party started here. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, I'm seeing heads nodding here. Everyone's on mute. If you can hear me and you're on the screen, nod your head if you can hear me. Shake your head if you can't. All right. Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Appreciate that. All right. Looks like we got a pretty full house here. All right, let's get this party started. Let me do what I got to do. So I wanted to say, welcome everybody, and glad you could join us for tonight's Q&A call for Global Publishing Ron Legrand. My name is Tony Pearl, and I will be your happy, humble, handsome host, and I am a mentor, and I'm here to take care of you guys and answer your questions. I have a few announcements to make here, so let me get to that as I read off my absence of teleprompter here. Just let you know that I got kind of I got kind of put in this at the last minute here. I had to change some plans, so I'm kind of rip running and reading, as we used to say in the radio business. And let me let you know some announcements here. Okay, all right, here we go. We hold this call on the second Monday of every month, and Gold Club members can submit deals prior to the call that we will review right here. If you're not a Gold Club member, you're more than welcome to listen, but not allowed to participate. And you can get more information and sign up for the Gold Club at ronsgoldclub.com. That's ronsgoldclub.com. Here's how we're going to be doing things tonight. I will be answering your questions and facilitating our meeting. We're going to have a good time. And let's see. If you have a question on the chat thing there, you can raise your hand. There should be a place that you can raise your hand, and I will see that and be able to get to you to answer your question and help you out to the best of my ability. And let's see. I am appreciating you all being muted. Make sure that when you do raise your hand and I call on you, that you should see a place on your screen where you can tap to unmute yourself so that we can all hear you. That would be kind of helpful. I can read lips, but I'm not that good at it. All righty. So let's go ahead and do that and get this party started. In just a second, I do have some other announcements to make real quick. Let me move this so it doesn't look like I'm looking so far away. All right. Here we go. So I want to let you know a few announcements coming up here, which you can find out this information on ronlegrand.com/event-calendar for more details. You can always log into the Gold Club at ronsgoldclub.com, log in, which you should be doing every day to get your Gold Club points and be able to see this stuff there as well. So we have a few things coming up. First of all, we have a commercial property boot camp that's happening very soon, the 11th to the 13th of this month. We also have Quick Start in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Why Ron wants to go to Jersey, I have no idea. Forget about it. I'm just playing with you. That is June 17th to the 20th. So Ron's finally heading out of Jacksonville and going up to Jersey. June 17th to 10th, that's for Quick Start Real Estate School. All right, and last but not least, we have the Implementation Power Days. That is June 25th to the 26th. That should be an event held at Ron's office there in Jacksonville, right across the street from me. I'm here in Tampa. Okay, so last but not least, we have Adel is hosting a free Dreams training this Wednesday, June 11th at 2 p.m. And if you have time to join that, or if you have a bunch of questions about dreams or want to see the system that he has there, feel free to sign up. You can register. I can't even, I'm not even going to read that. But you should be able to find that on the Gold Club. Let's see. I'm going to drop that in the chat box here because there ain't no way I'm going to be able to tell you about that link. It's got a bunch of wacky characters there. You know how that goes. All right, I'm going to put that in the chat box. All right. Oh, okay. Maybe that won't come up there. Come on. Paste that thing. All right, didn't come out there. Let me try again. Jeez. Stand by 1 second, guys. So you know how to get on in the chat box. There it is. Coming up 1 second. Dreams training. And that's going to be June 11th, 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. Eastern time on 11 June. There you go. All right. I dropped it in the chat box area. All right. That's all. I'm done reading this stuff. Let's get this party started here. And let me move this to the side. And let's get going here. All right. Who's got a question for me? Who wants to try and stump the mentor? Who's got a deal you're working on? Who has a question about deal structuring? Anything you got? Let's see what we can do. What you want to do is hover over the screen and let's see. You should be able to raise your hand. Now, where the heck Hi, Brian Lucy. I see you there, man. Looking good with your bright, bald, shiny head, my brother. Nice. Yes. Yes. All right. Um, I don't see a place on my thing where you can raise your hand.
It's under React.
Okay. Yeah. There it is. Brian's the first. Oh man. Brian raises hands first. See, this is what happens when you hesitate. Now I got to call on Brian because he's the first one on here. My old mentor student, who apparently is doing well. All right, Brian, what's happening? Oh, by the way, before we do that, I can wish me a happy birthday. I just had my birthday on Friday, June 6th. So another lap around the plant or around the sun. And thank you very much. Thank you very much. I like to think I'm aging like fine wine, but I try to play basketball with my son who was visiting here, and my legs just don't work like they used to. So, but we had fun. All right, that's out of the way. So what can I do you for, Brian? What's happening?
I have just a quick question, and I know those are important. So I have a friend of mine that just sent me a message from high school, and he said, "Are you still doing real estate?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And so he wants to buy a property out in Colorado, but he wants to do it as buyer. Are we doing anything different as far as that goes?
So you have a friend who wants to buy a house
Yep.
in Colorado.
Yep.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. You'd be so proud of me. I'm doing well. I'm doing what you told me.
Finally, as I told you before, took you long enough.
Just a little bit.
That's okay. So what's your question now? You want to see what you can do for your friend who wants to buy a house in Colorado?
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any inventory that you can show him or sell him or
No.
work with him?
No.
No. Did you pre-screen him to find out what he's working with, how much he has to put down, can afford a month, what part of town he's looking for, when he wants to move?
I'm looking. I put together a questionnaire based on a lot of the stuff Ron's got, but I hadn't sent it to him yet. I just want to know if we need to do anything different as far as that goes.
Uh, I mean, not really. Look, if you have inventory, obviously you want to tell him about that first, but if you don't, you want to find out what he's working with. Again, guys, if you ever have a buyer who approaches you, say, I want to buy a house, well, ask him some questions, pre-screen them, just like we would a seller. But the questions we want to find out for a buyer would consist of, but not limited to, okay, how soon do you want to move? Kind of important to know that. Oh, maybe in about a year or so. Get out of here. Okay, yeah, next week I gotta find a place. I want to buy a house or rent to own or do something like that. I need a place. Okay, so find a house and they want to move.
Okay.
What part of town they want to live in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got that.
What kind of house they want, how many beds, baths, square foot, special amenities, garage, basement, things like that, hot tub, whatever the case may be.
Cool stuff.
Um, and let's see how much they have to put down. Are they looking to buy a house, rent to own a house? Ask them how their credit is, excellent, good, fair, bad, or terrible. And how much, of course, like I said, how much they have to put down. What's the most you can put down on your next dream home? What is their maximum monthly housing budget? Good question there. And again, what is their credit like? So you want to pre-screen them because you're working a little bit as a consultant here. Because if you don't have inventory, you can maybe plug them into a house that's available that you can partner with someone like another investor, or if they're excellent credit, they got a good chunk of money to put down, they want to do a proper buy, you might be able to partner with a real estate agent or do something in that nature. Okay. So pre-screen, ask yourself, how can I make money out of this, and where can I plug them in and provide value and service here, and then make money by, if you don't have inventory, find someone who does and partner with them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause he wants to do it as an investor, or he wants to buy a home, so he can make passive income.
Okay, great. Then talk to other investors that are out there that have inventory. Call
Okay.
some of the We Buy Houses guys. Hey man, you got any houses you're looking to sell this week? Any rehabs? Any rent to own houses? What you got?
Okay.
You'll find somebody who does, and then ask, hey, if I bring in a buyer, can we partner on it?
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
We like that.
Yeah. So, and also you can go to your local RIA meeting and or real estate meetup groups. Yeah. Or maybe even
I'm
start
doing
one
that.
yourself. Okay.
I'm doing everything you told me to, Tony.
All right. I'm happy to hear that. Deal should start popping for you even more, man.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And it will. It will. Especially in the market that many markets around the country right now are there's turning out to be more sellers than buyers these days. So the wheels they are turning, and it's coming back in our favor as investors to pick up houses. So in a lot of places. Not every place, but a lot of places. All right.
Perfect.
Cool.
Thank you,
Very
Tony.
good. Does that
Happy
help you? I'll give
birthday.
you a thumbs up.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. All right. Keep it going, man. All right. Thank you, Brian. Who is next? Raise your hand. Other in person there. Les Ahart.
Yeah,
Uh, yourself. You may proceed. How you doing?
we both have questions. A
Y'all
rabbit
just
just
see
jumped in
rabbit.
our yard.
Uh,
Um, I have an opportunity to purchase a home. I'm the only person that she wants to sell to at this point, so that's good. We kind of made friends. It was her mother's house, so it's an inherited property. She's the executor. She's got to talk to her two sisters. And she said that she's pretty much going to put her foot down, that she just wants to sell it. Excuse me, she wants 200,000 for the house. And I think that, what was the ARV on that? Oh gosh, I don't remember, but it needs just basically new carpeting, not a whole lot, and it stinks. So I got to do something about that. And the nice thing is she's willing to do apps. No money down.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, do I just use the ACT contract on that?
Okay. Let me ask you a few questions before I can properly answer that. Okay.
Sure.
So she's asking 200. It's an inherited house. Is there a mortgage on it?
Yeah, 105,000.
Okay. What is the ARV of the house?
That we figured it out the other day, and I'm so mad at myself
I
because
think it was like around 275.
yeah, it was like 275, 280.
And they're asking 200.
Yeah, well, she's insisting she doesn't want to go any lower than that.
Okay. What would you say the repair cost would be for this place to make it tip
I
top?
don't think any more than 5 grand.
Even though it's stinky?
No, it's more. I've
Yeah.
done it. I looked at it. I'm, it's
What,
closer to,
It only,
it's,
I'll say
what's it need?
10
What's it
then,
need?
because
What's it
it does
need?
the
What does it
master
need?
bath.
What does it need? What does it need?
Well, the master bath, I don't know what they did in there. The house isn't that old, but I mean, it's crappy. I'm thinking they're gonna have to put in a new shower surround and tub, and they're gonna have to replace the sinks, and they're gonna have to do the floor in there. It,
and
Okay.
it looks like somebody took a bucket of tar and just tossed it around. And the people who were living in there were filthy, and that's putting it mildly. So, really with that, and it's not a big master bath either. It's like the size of a average bathroom, single sink, it doesn't have the dual sinks or anything.
Okay.
So that needs to
Needs-
be done, and the carpeting needs to be torn out and some LVP put down.
and paint.
Okay.
Oh, and paint, but I usually don't paint the places. I let whoever goes in as a tenant buyer do that, because I tell them you could put your own mark on it that way.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why are you approaching me about this deal with X? By the way,
Well,
before you answer, let me quickly define what that means for all the other people here. AX means assignment of contract term system. It means that we're able to get a lease option with the seller, and they're fine with us installing a lease option tenant buyer. It's almost like a sandwich lease option, except we do not stay in the deal. The only money we make is from the non-refundable option consideration. And we either keep all that or maybe we have to break a piece of that off with the seller. But we're in and we're out. Think of an axe deal as wholesaling a pretty house. Okay? That's the way I
okay,
want you to
yeah.
think about it. Now, my
That's what I was-
personal rule of thumb for doing an axe deal is we normally do want to stay in the deal, whether buying it on a wrap subject to or even doing a sandwich lease option. The only time we would really want to do an axe deal is if we are not going to stay in the deal because there's no money in it. There's no equity to get, and there's no cash flow. No equity and no cash flow. Not either or, because normally either or means we would stay in it. So no equity, no cash flow, but we can make a quick wholesale assignment fee with doing it that way. So we get it under contract with the seller, lease option. We find a lease option tenant buyer. We make the lease option assignment fee, non-refundable option consideration, and we are out. No equity, no cash flow. We rent it out for the full amount that the seller wants, and we are out. And also another reason, my personal reason is maybe the seller's just an asshole. You don't want to deal with them in any shape, form, or fashion. So those are the reasons why we would do an axe deal. Now, it sounds to me that there is equity in this. You're getting it for 200. It's worth 270, 275, and it may need 5 grand, maybe go up to 20 grand. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I would say 10 to 15 at the most.
Got it, got it, got it. Let's err on the side of caution, say Murphy and lives there and he's stinky there too. And let's just say 20 at the outside most. As long as we can make good money with bad numbers, or yeah, you know what I'm saying, then that's a good thing. So why would you want to do an axe deal here instead of sandwich lease option or buying it on a wrap at those numbers?
Well, see, that's where I really wasn't sure because I've never done this kind of a thing before. I've not had an inherited property before. And she just wants out of it. I mean, she's
Okay.
not an idiot or anything. She's a nice lady, but she just wants somebody to buy it and she's out of it.
Okay.
But
So you were
I don't
thinking
have,
X. Go ahead.
yeah, I was thinking acts
You should be
because
very You should be
she,
very happy that you showed up for tonight's call because I'm going to help talk you out of only making 5, 10, maybe 15 grand and maybe making 50 to 100 grand. Would you be okay with that?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Even Brian's smiling and he never smiles. Just kidding. He always smiles. All right. So what you want to do is approach this lady and say, and focus on the pain here. Listen, you've inherited this house. You know it needs a lot of work. Have you gone there recently? Do you know what it smells like? Oh, those last tenants, they weren't the most sanitary, clean person. They didn't exactly take care of the place. And I don't even know what's going on with that bathroom. Have you seen it? Do you need to see pictures of it? What can I do here to show you what it's all about now? By the way, does this seller live near the house anywhere?
Yeah, she lives down the street.
Does
It was
she
her
live down?
mother's house.
Okay. Has she been in there to get a good savory?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
walked
we
through it
all
with her
went
and
there. Yeah.
showed
Okay.
her. She goes, well, I haven't seen the master bath. And I let Les take her because I just gag when I go in there.
Yeah, it's bad, I'm sure. Yeah.
Actually, the lady broke down and started crying.
Yeah,
Oh.
I held her while she cried and
Oh, so that's why she only wants to deal with you guys. Listen to this. These guys are doing it right. They have a personal bond with the seller. When they get emotional like that and they open up to you, I mean, we're doing great things here when we can help people out to avoid the pain of this situation. So good for you. By the way, it's Les, and what is your name, ma'am?
Kaz,
Taz?
K-A-Z,
K or T?
K-A-Z.
Got it. I'm just making sure. Kaz. All right, Kaz. Cool name. So, great job talking to her and getting things warmed up. Just go to her and have a come to Jesus type meeting. You know what the house smells like. You have this horrible situation. I'm so sorry. Always say my condolences for the passing of your mother. I'm sure she would want you to handle this house in this situation where it's going to be the best situation is going to be provided for everybody, right? Yes. Now, get 3 yeses and then make your proposal. All right. So you want to have this house off your hands, right? So you don't have to deal with it anymore, correct? Yes. You know the house needs work and it smells horrible, right? So it's not going to attract. Can we agree that it's not going to exactly attract a perfect retail buyer? That's why we're talking here today, because I'm a qualified expert who can handle this situation for you in a way that meets with what you want to have done. Correct? Yes. Okay. Here's what I propose. You have an existing mortgage of about 100 some thousand, 105,000, give or take, and you're willing to sell it for 200,000. And I understand that you have flexibility with how you sell this house. You don't have to get all the cash at closing, right? You're flexible with taking payments for a while, and then we can cash you out at a later time as long as we can take care of this situation, take this mess off your hands and make it work for you. Would that be okay? Yes. Okay, great. Why don't we agree to buy it for the 200,000? We'll make an agreement right now that works for both of us. We'll start making payments to you when we agree. We'll close on it at the time that we agree, and I'm sure you would want that to be soon. And then we will agree to a time frame in which we can cash you out and get you that equity out of there in a time frame that works for both of us. Does that sound good?
Yeah, she's already agreed to all that.
Great, then write up the agreement. Why are we still talking? Get a purchase and sales contract, get an authorization to release information, get this sucker under contract for the 200,000, get her to sign an authorization to release information, get all that turned over to your closing attorney and tell him what you want to do. And then also tell him to check the what?
Title.
Yeah, you were paying attention to Ron's classes. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now what will be
We've
the
already
exit?
done everything wrong on other deals, so we've
Okay.
learned.
Get it about get to buy it for little to nothing down if she's okay with that. Agree to a monthly payment amount, and start making the payments when you agree. There's a lot of equity here. Good Lord. And then what would be your exit strategy here? If you close on it and purchase the property with little to nothing down, you're going to pay some closing costs. She might want a little funds in her pocket to make her feel comfortable. I don't know. But let's say it costs you $5,000 to buy this house. Okay, closing costs and everything. What would be your exit strategy? Once you own it, you have title, and what would you do next?
I just can't decide if it would be better to just sell it to another investor, or should I hold and get a tenant buyer in there?
Well,
Okay.
there's a lot of work to be done, and we have yet to find us a private money lender.
Well, we're going to Jay Connor's event at the end of the month.
Why would you need a private money lender for a house that I'm telling you that you can buy no money down? If she
Well,
agrees to
Still
that.
got,
Well, we still have repairs and
still got
stuff.
closing costs, and it's gotta be repaired somehow. You gotta
Yeah,
get that done.
that's true. Okay, let's look at a couple scenarios here. This is a great exercise, isn't it, guys? Are we benefiting from this? See some heads nodding? Yay. All right. Double thumbs up from Brian. Single from Jared Johnson. Oh, man. All right. Very good. So, have you heard of work for equity?
I have a
Yeah.
property doing that right now.
Beautiful. If it needs a good chunk of work and you don't want to screw with it yourself, I mean, everyone has a different level of good amount of work here. So if it needs more than 10 or 20 in work, and first of all, what you may want to do is, excuse me, go in there and for God's sake, do a quick clean out. Get rid of the stank. If there's any crap left, haul that crap out of there for a few $100. You should be able to do that. Get a professional. And once the crap is out of there, oh my God. I'm sorry about that. My wife must be cooking dinner and our just a minute. Just a minute. I got this.
Maybe he went to go get a beer.
Something probably smells good. I bet you.
You may hear of somebody getting killed in the news today in Sun City Center, Florida. Just kidding, just kidding.
Oh, God.
It'll go off in a minute. Our house is it's a new house, and our whole house smoke system is super
Oh.
sensitive.
We can't even hear it.
Yeah, we
Can't
don't hear it.
Really?
We don't.
I'm about to go deaf in this year. Jeez, all right, there she got it. You just gotta blow. It's right
And
here. Yeah. All right, problem solved. Problem solved. Okay, so
this
what
is
the
where
hell
Les and I are kind of arguing. In a way, I would like to hold on to it and get it cleaned up, pay somebody to do the repairs and do the floor. I can't do it myself right now.
Nor
And
should
get a
nor
tenant
would we let
buyer
you.
in there. Huh?
Yeah, nor would we let you do the repairs yourself, of course. So again, guys, what you want to do, your exit strategy may be, I don't know, I haven't seen it, haven't smelled it, but if you can go in there and just clean it out, get rid of the crap, get rid of the stank, and a fresh coat of paint will do wonders. You should be able to do all that for like a few hundred, maybe a couple grand, depending. Okay. It may need new flooring, but somebody might be willing to take it as is. You can put it out on a lease option. Put it on a lease option. Once you get rid of the nastiness of it, and a paint job will do a world of good. Take a look at the bathroom. You might be able to find a handyman for a few $100 who could put a world of good in there. So you're talking a few hundred dollars to 1 or 2 thousand. And if you need to do that and put it on a credit card, if you don't have the cash for it, I understand. We've all been there. But then you will attract a higher quality tenant buyer who's going to come and make you whole for whatever you put out of pocket for any fix up, repairs, crap haul away, and closing costs and any other incidentals. You're going to get that right back in your pocket. So that still counts as a no money down deal. And then you're going to get a monthly cash flow on that. And you have a crap ton of equity that you're working with. So if the ARV is 275 and it needs a little bit of work, you can give a little bit of you can inflate the price and then discount the price a little bit to the person who's going to do the work. Okay. But you'll be amazed at what you're able to accomplish by some clean out and some clean up. And
Yeah, they've cleaned it out. It just needs the carpet ripped out basically and
okay.
bathroom repair and paint job.
Using Ron's numbers, it's 5,000 for the flooring and 5,000 for the paint job.
5,000 for the paint job. How big is this house?
It's not that big. I think it's 1,600.
That's not going to cost no $5,000.
No, it's not.
Oh, no. Here's what you do. You go down to your Home Depot and you can get an estimate from them, find out what the price out, what the size of the materials would be, and then you'll be able to find some labor down there. They may have some recommended contractors. There's a mixed bag of results there. Look on your local business directories on Google or what have you, and find some local handyman or talk to some people who can recommend some good flooring and paint work and find out what they would charge. And then if you can get that done, great. If you want to just put it out there on work for equity and let someone else do it, great. But just realize you're not going to get as much down and you're probably not going to get as high a quality of tenant buyer as you could if you were to do the minor flooring and paint job that it would take.
Right. Well, you've helped me a lot. I guess I really just need to make the decision on my exit strategy. But
Yes,
I'm pretty
totally fine.
excited about the deal. It's just kind of, and she got our number. We have a decal on the back of our car. And
want to have
she
an
got our
audio
number
card.
off our car.
Oh, he disappeared.
All right. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
She got our phone number off the decal that we have on the back of our car that says I buy houses.
Is that right?
So I'm feeling good about that too. And that was only like $42 to have that put on there. So
Awesome. That's a good investment. That might make you $100,000. I'd say that's a hell of a good return. Yeah.
So I got one for you if you've got time. It's a little different deal. It's not
Okay.
not my deal. It's I want to try to help somebody out there that can take care of this. We tried to get a ant farm started, and we got this guy that cleans houses out, and he sent us 14 leads of houses that he's cleaned out.
in 1 week.
Yeah. And he just texted me yesterday, and it's something that I don't want to do. Where is he at? Where's he there? He said that he has, I have 6 houses, three have renters in them and 3 need repairs. $100,000 total package deal. And it's in northern Mississippi.
So know
And
anybody
I
around
don't-
there?
Yeah, I'm saying if there's anybody out there that's interested in this, get back in touch with me. I'll give the information to them. Because I'm not going to do it, but if I can help somebody in our group that's interested.
Gotcha. If it was southern Mississippi in certain parts, I definitely would know people there. Northern Mississippi, I don't know. Anybody here do any do this business in the northern Mississippi area? You may raise your hand and let us know so that we can find a way to connect you guys. By the way, Les, where are you guys located?
North Alabama,
All right.
Huntsville.
Huntsville?
Uh-huh.
Close
Oh,
to us. Yeah, I mean, it's one of our subdivisions. I mean, small.
It city borders us, basically.
Yeah,
I know Huntsville. Yeah, you guys have that NASA museum kind of place there, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
live
right.
right near that.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I know it well. Good place. Good
It
place.
is.
All right, my wife has family that we visited once, so we had a good time.
Oh,
Yeah. All right.
well,
So
thank you very, very much for
you're
your
very
help.
welcome. You'll get my bill later.
I'll send you
There you go.
chocolates.
Gotcha. All righty. So go ahead and mute yourself again. Take your hand down and give me a thumbs up that I helped you out.
Oh, he means on here.
There
Yes.
it is.
Very good. Thank you so much. All right. Next up, next hand I see is Jack. Jack Lachinian. Am I saying it right?
That's good. That's perfect. Yes.
Chinian. Cool.
Yes. That's Armenian.
Armenian. Oh, very cool. Very
Yes.
cool. All right.
Well, happy birthday, Tony. I
Thank you.
have a couple of questions. So I'm at an exciting crossroads. I just got a house under contract, which I'm going to start marketing, which
Congratulations.
is amazing. It's going to be my second house. So I'm excited about it. I did it on a lease purchase. Just with regards to that house, I'm having a little bit of a struggle posting it on Zillow and Facebook Marketplace. Do you have any recommendations on what I can do to get the posting up? I'm kind of struggling. I've spent almost about 5-6 days at this point, and I can't get it up on Zillow.
Okay, I can answer 1,000 different ways, but first I need to know specifically, how are you struggling?
The posting's not coming up. I put it on there and then it says wait 24 hours. I get the phone call from Zillow and wait 24 hours, nothing's happening. I send an email to their customer service and they go, okay, there's a report and the house is still not up there. So
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just trying to ping you on your knowledge on what
Of course. The pictures that you're using on those sites, where did you get those pictures?
professional.
Did you
I
have them
got it
done? Were
taken.
they previously used with another real estate agent?
Uh, I never did it. Last time I did it completely on my own. I struggled with it also, but I don't remember. It's been a little over a year for my first
Okay.
house.
Okay, but my question is regarding this house that you're having trouble getting the Zillow listing up on. The pictures that you're providing for the listing, are
Yes.
those your own or have they been provided by another real estate agent?
The pictures, I just got them professionally taken.
And you did those yourself?
That I paid for. I paid a company that did that. Yes.
Okay, great.
And
That's what I
they're
was trying to find out.
they're 100 times better than the pictures that I took.
Okay.
At
Yes.
least.
Yes. So real quick
Amazing.
note for everybody, whenever you are advertising a property that you want to sell and you put it on a flat fee listing service or Zillow or anywhere, make sure that the pictures that you're using for that, back when I first started, it really didn't matter, but nowadays they care. They will be very hesitant to put a property on there that uses pictures from from a real estate agent who had used those pictures before in their own listing, unless
Okay.
you get specific permission from that real estate agent. So take your own pictures. And as Jack just pointed out, it's best to hire a professional company to do that for you because
That's right.
they have better cameras, better lighting, and better eyes for all this stuff than we do and than we should,
Absolutely.
unless you're a professional
Amazing.
photographer yourself, which,
Amazing.
yeah. Okay, so if there's a problem with Zillow getting it up on there, there may be an issue with having them not understanding that you have the right to be able to put this property up. So you may need to provide some specific permission or show them the contract that you have for the property that gives you the right to market it.
Got it. Okay.
So
I was going to
contact
try it again today.
yes,
I was
contact
going to
them.
try it again. I signed on the property last Monday, and I've been trying it since then.
Okay.
So I've kind of lost a week of marketing time.
Ouch. Ouch. Yes.
Yeah,
Figure out what the problem is,
got it.
solve it, and these are the details that will make you go bold. Okay, they'll make you go crazy here. So
I know it's starting already.
you still look good, you bastard. It's all good. Nice. And get that sorted out because it could be a
Okay,
variety of things. If I can't see what you're seeing, I won't be able to properly
I
diagnose
know,
the
I
problem.
know.
But
That's why I was trying to get general help
I understand.
without being specific.
Yeah. If you
Okay,
can find out specifically what the problem is that they're having on these platforms and pin them down on that issue and then get it solved, you'll be in you'll have it up
got
there
it.
and be good to go. And get some pointer
Okay,
signs, some bandit signs and pointer signs up around that house.
I will do that. I
Absolutely.
wanted to wait for the Zillow listing to be up, and then I have my pointer signs already ready. I've uh, set up the location, so like where I'm gonna put all the signs, I should be all
Mhm.
good to go
I would get those signs up like yesterday.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Okay,
And if you even want to knock on doors or make up a flyer to give to the neighbors and put it in their house, say, hey, new house available. Pick your neighbor,
I've
that kind of thing. And
yes,
then
I have that ready also.
there you go. You'll have that house sold in no time. Tenant
Yep.
occupied. All right. Did I help you out? Give me a thumbs up.
I have a second
Oh, yeah.
question.
You have a second question.
The more
All right.
important question.
Then I'll get a
So
two thumbs up after that one. Go ahead.
you got it.
All right.
So I have another opportunity that I'm pursuing. Just as a heads up, I'm from Los Angeles. So I found this condo. The lady's selling it for 560, which is a decent price for where the condo is located because I used to live right on that same street, probably about 10 plus years ago. So the situation on the property is that she has a $273,000 loan with $1,700 a month monthly payment. So her equity is about 287,000,
Mm-hmm.
right? So do we structure deals? Because I was kind of telling her, I said, like I discussed with her about doing like a small amount of down payment. So she seems to be okay with the down payment. She seems to be okay with taking monthlies. I basically told her, I said, what I'll do is I'll take over your monthly payments. She goes, but the rents are much higher than that. So do we structure a deal or is it common for me to go down the path of saying, okay, you know what, I'll make the 1700 plus I'll pay you this much extra a month. Uh, I mean, based on what she feels comfortable with. I'm not going to name the monthly, but I'm going to ask her to see how much above and above the 1700 she would like.
Right.
Is
So
that
your
something?
question, yes. So your question really is about deal structuring combined with negotiation here, correct?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
I was wondering to see if we structure deals where I take over the monthly payment plus I may make the payments to the bank, plus do I make an additional payment to her on a monthly basis? So basically send two checks, one to the bank, one to the land owner,
Yes,
the
that's
seller.
correct. And you should definitely get a third party company to handle that crap for you. We like to use escrowserve.com,
Yes, I know that.
ESCRO. Okay,
Yes,
CRV.com. Very good. Let them handle it so you're not wasting time writing checks and dealing with that crap. Automatic.
got it.
Okay. Now, so there's a gap between how much her monthly payment is and how much monthly rent is for the property, and she knows it.
In general.
And
That's
she
right.
doesn't want to just take her payments. So
That's
she wants
correct.
some extra on top of that. She's smart. God bless her.
Yeah,
When we're selling, we're in the same position, of course. So
that's correct.
you will structure this most likely buying it on a wraparound mortgage. Yeah.
That's correct. That's my
Get it.
intention. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is everyone with us so far? Want to make sure we haven't lost anybody. Anybody confused? Say slap your forehead if you're confused. No, we're good to go. All right. All right. Good. 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 Got sharp people here. I love this. So a big gap between the monthly payment. How much of a gap is there
Uh,
between market rent and
probably she could be able to rent that place for about closer to 3,000 where she's at.
okay, and her monthly is 1,700
That's
PITI.
correct.
Is there a condo fee
Uh,
on top of that?
you know what? That's the part that she didn't know off the top of her head, and she was going to look into it.
She should know there's a condo fee and how much it is if she
Oh,
owns the
no, that
place.
does not include the HOA, by the way.
Okay, so she'll
I'm
find
going
out
to
about the
account for the
exact amount.
HOA. Yes,
Okay, so 1,700. She's not 100% sure if that's PITI.
that's correct.
Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Okay.
Insurance.
So that needs to be found out because you need to know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So what you're going to
Absolutely.
do, what you're going to say is, if I'm buying this house, this condo, excuse me, and
Yes.
I'm taking care of all the issues with this place after the first 30 days, and I have to deal with the taxes, insurance, HOA, maintenance, and everything. Okay, this is careful. What's the least amount you would accept for a monthly payment?
Okay.
Now, Ron likes to say, and what we taught, what we teach in our scripts is, what's the least you'll if they have a mortgage, or if they have a mortgage, we like to ask, may I assume you'd be okay if I just take over your monthly mortgage payment, including tax and insurance, until I get you paid off? But if
Yes.
she's already come back and said she knows that there's a gap there,
Yeah.
then we say, well, what's the least you would consider take for a monthly payment? But I like to say, if I'm taking care of all this extra crap so you don't have to, what's the least you'll take for a monthly payment? Okay, because you got
Yes.
to make a monthly spread on this, or you're going to lose interest in it real quick. It sounds like
That's
there's
correct.
equity here that you're going to negotiate for, but you also want to make sure that you have a monthly spread there, because you got to account for vacancies, repairs, and all the rest of this stuff that is so
That's
fun in the
correct.
wonderful world of residential real estate.
Oh,
So
yes.
so you got to find a number that's going to work for both of you, and there's got to be a difference between the monthly market rent and what you're going to pay to her. And then
Got
you're
it.
going to structure the contract in such a way that the right language in paragraph 18 reflects that it's going to mirror wrap, so that the amount you
I'm
want
with
to
you.
get it so that the amount that you're paying PITI goes directly to the bank, and you get the debt pay down credit, yeah, and
That's
the
right.
amount that you have to pay over that goes towards the equity principal only. Okay, so go back and
Correct.
look at what Ron has for these beautiful magic words for the
That's
paragraph
right.
18, the clauses and
That's
everything, and
correct.
see if you can get a
Yes.
couple months there where you don't have to make any payments, so you can find a qualified tenant buyer to install in that joint. And make sure that the stinking HOA, I love HOAs, I live in Florida after all, is okay, what their issues are dealing with.
Renters.
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay.
That area is very, very common for most of the HOAs to have renters. I
Okay,
mean,
good.
I used to live like half a mile from that building
Good. And do
where
what you
she's
can.
at.
Good, good. Do what you can to get
S-
the HOA paid for by the tenant buyer. After all, they will be looking to buy the place, so that they will have a stake in it, and get as much down as you can.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I think the most critical thing for me to do is figure out what if her payment 1,700 includes is PITI or is just principal and interest. That's number one. The second thing I need to know is exactly how much her HOA fee is,
Yes, you do.
because that's going to eat into my, and typically in that area, HOAs, it's not uncommon for it to be like $400 or $500 a month.
Okay. And
So
again,
that is getting us closer to the uh, closing the gap quite a bit. And
yes, but
then if
again,
I
I
were
think
to
I
buy
think
it,
I think you missed something I said. Do what you can to get the tenant buyer to pay that.
that's correct.
Okay, well, go ahead.
And the other thing that I also need to figure out is that since she's owned the place for a few years, if I were to buy it, the taxes are going to go up. I need to kind of account for that tax increase as well. Is that a correct assumption?
That's why
Because
in the
my,
land trust, buying the land trust.
but the taxes will still go up, right?
Uh, I can't answer this in the way that I would like to on a recorded line here like this. There are ways that you can do it where you can avoid a lot of the crap and fees and
Oh, I think I know what you're thinking because
okay,
I was at the entity structuring event that Ron had last week.
okay.
Got it.
Titling the trust may have something to do with people's perceptions.
That's
One
correct.
part of it. One part of it. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Very good. Now,
That's
quick
good.
fallback. If she doesn't want to deed it over, she doesn't want to do any of that, but she still is willing to rent the place out. And no matter what, she's not willing to sell it, deed it over, doesn't want to do the wraparound, doesn't understand it, not comfortable with it, whatever. Fall back to a lease purchase, do it as a
Lease
sandwich lease
purchase.
option, and look at the
That's
possibility.
correct.
Here's something that no one ever talks about but me. After you say we can start off like this, and after a certain amount of time, then maybe we can look at converting it over. Once you say, I'm a man of my word and I pay on time and I take care of everything, maybe we can look at converting it over to a
Purchase.
purchase. Yes, exactly. Okay.
Purchase and sale.
You got
Tony, in general, when you're doing a lease purchase, do you usually request 60 to 90 days before the first payment?
yeah.
Always?
You say you want to get the qualified tenant buyer in there, so we have someone of quality who's going to take care of the
Yeah,
place, so we both benefit,
got
and
it.
that's a
Okay,
negotiation. Okay.
awesome. Thank you, sir. I
Double
appreciate
thumbs
it.
up. Double thumbs up. Two of them.
Yes.
I answered two questions. I need two thumbs.
Okay. I'm holding the phone with one hand.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Jack. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for the questions, brother. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right.
Goodbye.
Next up, we've got Jerome in Philly. Then we got Tony and Angie after that.
All right, I don't really have a question. I have a situation. I want to get your perspective. So I have a property. I'm putting the details in the chat. ARV is 190. Mortgage balance is 154. They have another mortgage lien for 18,000. They have mortgage payments of 1,700. I want to know what we can do with that, if possible, if it even makes sense at all.
Okay. All right. Let me go over these notes here. Everyone can pull this up in the chat box. The ARB is 190. They owe 154. Second mortgage, or maybe more than second mortgage, is 18. So that adds up to 172 if my quick math is good. Total mortgage payment 1,700 a month. Does that include PITI for everything?
I don't know.
Okay, kind of important to find that out. What's
I'll
the
find
condition of the property?
It's in livable condition.
Okay, does it need work to make it nice?
No, not really. Almost
Okay.
nothing.
Okay. And what are they asking for the house?
Well, he basically said he is not he just wants out of it. So I
Okay.
offer him the mortgage balance of 154. That's what I offered him. And that's where we stand.
Okay. Did
He
you
just
ask
wants
him that?
out
I
of
assume that
it.
you asked him the magic question, will you sell for what you owe on it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And he said,
He said yes.
beautiful. All right.
With I don't know what to call it, but what he wants $2,000
Okay.
potentially. So I said we can work with that.
Yeah, we can work with that, no doubt. Is he living in the house
He was, but he moved out.
and vacant now?
Now vacant.
Is this is this in Philly? Is it row house?
This is in Detroit. I do have the address. I could share it. I would be okay with sharing it.
No need. No need.
Necessary. All
No
right.
need. No,
It's in
I'm just reading
Detroit.
numbers here. Besides, we don't have time. Unfortunately, we don't have too much time to get into all that.
That's
Uh,
okay.
yeah, but I appreciate the willingness. So you have it under contract already?
I do have it under contract.
Okay, I would expect you to answer that way. Otherwise, you wouldn't be comfortable sharing it, would you?
Honestly, I don't know because I've seen
Well,
some people do that, but
it
it
is
is
in Detroit,
contract.
so you know.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, ah.
Oh
So
man.
it is under contract though.
Okay, well, good job. Good job. Way to get under contract. Got to ring the bell for that. Okay, so he just wants $2,000,
Hmm.
and that you'll count that as down payment money to you'll probably write it up for the balance of the mortgage plus $2,000, and that'll be taking care of him. So he'll deed it over. Now, are you going to buy this on a wrap, or is this going to be subject to? And do you know the difference between the two? Sounds like you do.
No, I don't know.
Okay. Okay, great. Let me use this as a very quick teaching moment. I wrote a great
Sure.
article about this a while ago, and my students have all read, including Keith. Hey, Keith, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right, you're in Jersey, so you're not too far. Okay, and let me see. So, the article I wrote is called "That's a Wrap," or is it subject to? Talks about the difference between the two. Here's my way of summarizing the difference. Subject to is best for us as investors because it allows us to buy to own the property and have absolutely no recourse for the seller. They deed it over, the mortgage stays in their name. They can't do squat if we default. Not good for them, great for us. We only do this when the seller is in financial distress. They don't care about their credit. Maybe they pass on and the children have inherited the property, so it's not in their name. Or maybe the seller is moving out of the country, never going to come back again. They really don't give a crap about this house in any shape, form, or fashion. That's the situations when we would buy subject to. Maybe they're in foreclosure. Okay, it's another issue, another situation. Or they're just never going to buy another house. They're not credit conscious. Okay, you get the idea. Otherwise, we're going to buy it on a wraparound mortgage because it gives the seller an instrument, a debt instrument that gives them security against the property that is secured by the property and the land trust. Never you personally. Don't ever personally guarantee debt if you can avoid it. Especially here on Planet Ron. We will thrash you. Okay? So the seller gets a note. The land trust is the guarantor of that note, which is secured against the property. Quick and down and dirty explanation. I hope that makes sense. Are you good with that, Jerome?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So knowing that, would this be a subject to or a wraparound
Yes.
mortgage?
It could go either way. We let him know it would be subject to, but it wasn't super clear. I didn't mention rat because I don't really know what it is.
Okay.
Mhm.
But you know now what it means, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and by the way, don't ever use the words subject to with the seller. You just say, I'm going to, I'm gonna get ownership of the property, but the mortgage will stay in your name until we get it paid off. And I'll start making payments when we agree to do so. Okay? Now, that's a simple explanation. Let me repeat that for you because it looks like you're writing it down. Subject to, you explain it thusly. Don't use the word subject to. We don't use our jargon with civilians. So I'm going to buy the property. I'll take title in my entity. The mortgage will stay in your name until we'll make the payments on time until we get it paid off at some point in the future. Okay? And I'll start making
Yes.
the payments when we agree. And again, you would do this if they are not credit conscious. They're not going to come back and suddenly in some time down the road, whether it's a few months or a few years, say, I want to buy a house, but I still have this mortgage. And you didn't tell me this. Okay. So if you're at all fearful that that may ever happen, you may want to buy it in a wraparound mortgage because the seller would have some recourse and they would also have a piece of paper that we will be able to provide a piece of paper that shows that the money that they're paying on that existing mortgage on the house that they sold to us is being paid for. So they don't have to worry about the debt to income ratios. Now, those types of situations would typically need some seasoning, which usually is about, for most lenders, they want to see that the payments have been made on time for a year on that property. The lenders may vary. Some may not like it. Some may be okay with going in a shorter time frame. I hope that makes sense. Very quick explanation. I hope it didn't go over too many people's heads, but that's a quick demonstration there. Okay, so the question is now about your deal. What can be done here? Yeah, if he doesn't care about his credit and never is going to buy another house and don't have to worry about that, do a subject to. And then tell him that you'll start making payments in 2 months after the house is closed or starting the third month. So you can get some time on that if possible. You already got it under contract. Have you checked the title yet or started to do that process?
Yeah, it's entitled. That's how we can see that that's where the 18K came from. Extra lien.
What type? Oh, now let me ask you this. What
Yes, sir.
type of mortgage liens are they with those? What's
So
up
the
with
first one is just a normal mortgage. The other one is we're not super clear on what it is. We have the document, but it's another mortgage lien of some sort that
Okay.
it's his understanding that he assumed this mortgage when he purchased the house. And he was like, I didn't know. He said he didn't know that he assumed this remaining balance.
Okay. So you got to find out about these liens and do whatever you can
Okay.
to see if you can get a short sale payoff, a release of lien, or something where those encumbrances can go bye-bye
Okay.
for free. Maybe somebody just didn't record something. It's already been discharged or paid off or whatever. It just needs to be recorded or acknowledged somewhere. Sometimes this happens. People get mortgages paid off and the freaking company doesn't record it at the courthouse as it should. Ask me how many times I had to deal with this crap. Okay. And then you got to track people down. But there's always a way that things can be done. So confer with your attorney about what needs to be done to satisfy those liens and get them off of there for as cheap as possible so that that puts more money in your pocket.
Okay.
Okay. Jerome, I think you've been around a while. You know what I'm talking about here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what am I missing to answer your question now? What else you need?
Nothing. That brings me all the clarity I need for now. That helps.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right. Well, fantastic, man. And what's your exit strategy on this?
I don't know yet.
Ah,
I wasn't sure. So I wasn't sure on if I could even make this work. So I'm
there's
going to get some clarity on the things that you offer me today. I might
yep.
get me another mentor for another however months it is, so they can walk me through it.
Okay. Okay. I got you. All right. So it seems to me, are you comfortable doing are you doing business regularly in Detroit, or is this
No, this is out of my market.
okay. Okay. If it was in your market, you'd probably do a lease option on it on a 10 buyer, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you can do is find someone out there, talk to a few people who's already doing this business, that's familiar with it in Detroit, and partner with them on this deal. You might be able to wholesale the deal to them for a good chunk of change, or partner with them and do the long-term thing. Make sure you
Okay.
vet this person and qualify them. Make sure that they are real, legit, and not full of all right.
Okay.
And you should be able to make money like that. Otherwise, you know what else you could do? You could even find a real estate agent to list and sell it, and you could be making the money in the middle there and do innovation. But don't have time to get into that right now.
Okay.
You could do a retail sale. All right.
Thank you.
Give me a thumbs up.
2 thumbs.
2 thumbs. All right. Thank you,
There
brother.
you go.
Appreciate it. All
Thank
right.
you.
Good talking to you, Jerome. All right. Which brings us to our last act of the evening, because we're going to wrap up with one Tony to another. My brother, what's going on?
What's happening? What's happening? Good
Hey,
to see you.
man. What's good? How you doing, player?
Fantastic. Leads are flowing, my man, like a river. So
Woo! Popping like popcorn.
they
Nice.
really are. We're blessed.
I was
And
hoping I'd see you on here tonight.
yeah, well, I was hoping I see you on here tonight. So we both content.
That's right. Very
All right. So
nice.
here's the question.
Yes.
How much experience do you have with dealing with mobile homes in a park?
Not so much.
Okay.
I know peeps that do this though.
Okay. Let me
Yes.
ask the question. You can give me your thoughts. So we're under a contract on a mobile home in a park, and without going through all the numbers, because I know this is getting late, it's a great deal. Anyone who's looked at the deal, we've had some people who have experience with such things look at the deal and so forth, and they say it's wonderful. It's going to be a cash cow. We'll probably be netting about $500 a month on it. So thumbs up on that.
All right.
Here's the thing. Today I went and the only sticking point was meeting with the park owner, right? To make sure everything was cool for us to do what we needed to do. So Angie and I went
Absolutely.
over and we met with her today, and it was a beautiful experience. It worked out great. She's very excited about not only was she excited about us coming into the park and doing some things, but she said, "I got some other leads for you. If you're open to it, we'll build a relationship from here."
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's the sticking point. The sticking point is in order to get I guess, the park rent, if you will, we have to go through a credit process. And when I explained to her that we're buying this through our LLC and so forth and so on, and she's like, "I don't even know how that works." And I was like, "Hmm." And she said, because typically, people they'll go in there and they'll put their own personal credit information on there. And Tony, I have no problem with that at all. I mean, we're solid there, but I don't want Guido to show up at my door because Ron would say I'm personally guaranteeing even just a lot rent. How would you handle that I mean, because number one, we're gonna first initially do it with our LLC and submit it with the EIN number. But if they then turn around and say, we do need someone to personally guarantee, or we need someone to do the credit check and so forth, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Okay, I appreciate it. It's a beautiful question, and you're coming to the right man to ask this kind of thing. So, congratulations on getting this deal. And may I say that it is a beautiful thing that you're working in a mobile home park, because one thing may easily lead to a whole bunch of other
Correct.
things. You might
Correct.
find this nice little niche for yourself here, and
There it is.
you perform on this one deal, and this park owner is most likely going to want to hand feed you a bunch of other turkeys that are not doing what they should be doing. And next thing you know, you got even more deals and things happening there, and may open up a whole new niche for you. You never know.
That's right.
Having said that, what I would do is sit down with this park owner and talk to her, and first of all seek clarity on what exactly she has an issue with and why she has certain requirements. Most likely, I would suspect she wants to see credit to make sure that you are qualified, that you are not some regular person who may come into the trailer park, shall we say. and may want to see that you are a proper qualified businessman. So I would go for, hey, I have no problem showing you that we are serious, we're legit. I'm happy to show you my credit, my business, no problem there. What I'm not willing to do is personally guarantee debt in my own personal name. We take title in an entity in trust for estate planning purposes. So we are looking to do a lot of business here and take care of things according to what we need to do to make you and us very, very happy and solve problems and situations. Are you willing to work with us in this capacity, or should we look somewhere else? Maybe somewhere along those lines. What do you think? Does that make sense?
I like it. You know, just to be clear, it wasn't so much that she had a challenge with it. She was just like, I'd never processed. They have a home office in Utah somewhere, and she's like, we'd never processed that before doing that. So I think it was more that she wasn't, hesitant about it. It was more that she was ignorant to the process of working with the entity. So
Many people are. Many people are. Yeah,
yeah. So it wasn't. I didn't feel pushback at all. As a matter of fact, she was very much an advocate for us, and her and Angie got along with like sisters. So I think it's going to be smooth from that standpoint. It's just a matter of as things come up as we go through this process. I just kind of wanted to see what you would do in those situations.
absolutely. I appreciate that. And whatever you can do, find out specifically what they need, what they have an issue with, so that you can understand what their mentality is and what they're thinking, so that you can provide that for them and give them what they need. Because most times people in this capacity, they're working with checklists. They got check boxes off of those lists, man. So if we can help them do that in a smooth way that still gets them what they need and operates for the way that we need to do business, you'll be good to go. Right?
Yeah, that's good. All
Beautiful.
right, man. That's
All right.
hey, right here. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir, brother. My pleasure.
Appreciate you, man. As
Good to
always.
see you. Tell Angie you say hello.
Will do. And tell Ron I got another letter. It's on its way.
All right. I want my letter too, man.
Oh,
Hey,
okay, I'll put you in there. I'll
I
put
want
you in
my
there.
letter, man. Come on.
Well,
I think
it's
we've done
true,
this
man.
enough time.
This is all part of being on Planet Run. Is having access to expert who will come in and give us help and guidance, man. I don't take that for granted. I really appreciate you.
My pleasure, sir. I appreciate you too, brother. In fact, anybody who feels up to it and would like to send an email to Ron or the crew here and say, "Hey, Tony Pearl, man, I'll tell you what, the birthday man did a great job tonight. He answered our questions. He provided great value, and he had a
Now, is
nice.
today your birthday? Today is your birthday.
No, Friday. Friday was my birthday, June 6th.
Oh,
Yeah,
Friday. Okay. All
yeah.
right.
Guess
Man,
how old
how's
I
it
am?
feel?
No, you don't want
How's
to
it
guess.
feel to be in your 30s, man?
You know what? We went out to dinner on for my birthday this weekend, and the waiter at the table honestly guessed without blinking, without hesitation, he said I look 35. I said, I'll take it, man. I'm actually 56, but I'll take
No
35.
way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's the gray in my beard. You
See,
know,
if it wasn't for that, that's true. That's the only giveaway.
It all, man.
If you got the skin, yeah, I know what you're doing.
yeah. Slap. Yeah,
Honey,
Right.
we all got the pretty haircut. We all
that's
got
right.
that pretty haircut.
There's a few of us ball brothers on here. Very nice. And a few who should be. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just playing. My beauty secret is I trim the gray hairs out, but like the heads of
Yeah.
a hydra, like the weeds in my garden, I trim one out and two more come back. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna be going on a nice. My wife and I are going on we're driving down to the Keys, so she's never been there before, and I'm looking at driving across that bridge. It's been a long time. Then we're driving back up, and we're going on a nice cruise next week. So we're
Now
gonna have.
listen. Now listen to what this man has said, because he's throwing some stuff out, and no one's out there has picked up on this. He's taking this great vacation with his wife. He's going on a cruise, and he just got into a new house. That's
Mm,
living the lifestyle, brother.
picked up. You picked up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great things are happening, man. That's why I'm smiling all the time. That's why I'm always
Love
on.
it, man. Love it.
I'm always on
Go
vacation,
cheaper.
one way or another. Yes. All right. Well, Tony, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for showing up and
Appreciate
coming
you as
out,
well. Thank you.
participating. Jerome, appreciate you too. Jack, thank you. Les and Kaz, thanks for coming out and your questions there. Brian, of course. Yes, sir.
Big
Yes,
hug.
and to the rest of you, Charlene, with that beautiful smile. You didn't ask a question, but thanks for being there. We appreciate it. Deborah's iPad.
Safe travels, man.
Thank you very much. Thank
Have
you.
a blast.
Jeff, Frankie, Jer, or is it Jerry? Bill, who's absent, Kath, my man Keith, my old student Keith, Derek, Eddie, Reynaldo Ruiz. Perfecto. Gracias por venir. Johnny Macau, Connell's iPhone, Brian, Johnson, Mike, Elizabeth, and look at that. Ron Legrand is shown on the screen, but he's not really here. Who else? Oh, we got a whole bunch of other people here, but they're not on the screen, so it looks like they're participating. That's all I got the time for tonight, guys. The tasty dinner that the wife made looks and smells good. Not like that house that Kaz was talking about. This smells delicious. So thanks for coming out. If you want to tell Ron we had fun and I provided good value for you, that would be a beautiful thing. And we look forward to seeing you at an event sometime near you soon. Until then, Tony Pearl out. Make every day.
Thanks, Tony.
Appreciate you
Thank
guys.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tony,
Take care.
brother.
All right. Be good. Your real estate